What if the pain, stiffness, bloating, fatigue or brain fog you feel every day isn't just aging or stress but silent inflammation slowly burning inside your body? What if the food on your plate could either fuel that fire or quietly put it out? Most people don't realize that chronic inflammation is behind many modern health problems, and the most powerful medicine against it is something you use every single day: food. Inflammation itself is not always bad. In fact, it's a natural defense mechanism. When you get injured or sick, inflammation helps your body heal. The problem begins when inflammation never fully turns off. Poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, and processed foods keep the immune system constantly activated. Over time, this low-grade inflammation damages tissues, disrupts hormones, slows metabolism, and increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, joint problems, and even depression. One of the strongest drivers of inflammation is what we eat daily. Highly processed foods, refined sugar, trans fats, and excess refined carbohydrates trigger inflammatory pathways in the body. They cause blood sugar spikes, oxidative stress, and gut irritation, which sends danger signals throughout the immune system. When this becomes a routine pattern, inflammation quietly becomes a constant background problem. On the other hand, certain foods actively calm inflammation at a cellular level. These foods work by reducing oxidative stress, supporting gut health, balancing blood sugar, and lowering inflammatory chemicals in the body. Fruits and vegetables, rich in natural pigments, are some of the most powerful examples. Berries, for instance, contain antioxidants that neutralize free radicals before they damage cells. Leafy greens help the body detoxify and provide minerals that support immune balance. Healthy fats play a critical role as well. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds, are known to directly reduce inflammatory markers in the body. Unlike processed oils that promote inflammation, these fats help rebuild cell membranes and calm immune overreactions. This is why people who consume enough omega-3 South often experience less joint pain, better heart health, and improved brain function. Spices are another overlooked source of natural anti-inflammatory power. Ingredients like turmeric and ginger have been used for centuries, not just for flavor, but for healing. Compounds within these spices help block inflammatory signals and support circulation. Even small, consistent amounts can make a noticeable difference over time. Perhaps most importantly, anti-inflammatory foods support the gut, where much of the immune system lives. When the gut lining is healthy and diverse, inflammation throughout the entire body decreases. Fiber-rich foods feed beneficial gut bacteria, which produce compounds that calm inflammation and strengthen immunity. Reducing inflammation isn't about perfection or strict rules. It's about shifting your daily choices toward foods that help your body heal instead of struggle. And when you begin to do that consistently, many symptoms people consider normal start to fade quietly. When you begin focusing on foods that reduce inflammation, one of the most important shifts is learning to eat in a way that supports the body every single day, not just occasionally. Consistency matters more than intensity. Small, repeated choices create a powerful cumulative effect inside the body, slowly calming the immune system and allowing tissues to repair themselves. One group of foods that deserves special attention is whole fruits. Unlike sugary snacks, whole fruits contain fiber, vitamins, and plant compounds that work together to reduce inflammation rather than trigger it. Berries, oranges, and pomegranates help protect cells from damage and improve blood vessel health. Their natural sweetness satisfies cravings while keeping blood sugar stable, which is crucial because blood sugar spikes are a major cause of inflammation. Vegetables, especially deeply colored ones, are another cornerstone of an anti-inflammatory diet. Green vegetables provide magnesium and chlorophyll, which help relax muscles and reduce oxidative stress. Orange and red vegetables contain carotenoids that support immune regulation. Cruciferous vegetables support the body's natural detox systems, helping clear inflammatory waste products. When vegetables are eaten regularly and prepared gently, they help the body recover from years of dietary stress. Healthy fats continue to play a central role in calming inflammation. Extra virgin olive oil, for example, contains natural compounds that act in a similar way to anti-inflammatory medications, but without side effects. Avocados provide monounsaturated fats that protect the heart and reduce inflammation in blood vessels. Nuts and seeds offer both healthy fats and minerals, like zinc and selenium, which are essential for immune balance. When these fats replace refined oils and fried foods, inflammation begins to drop naturally. Protein sources also matter. Highly processed meats can promote inflammation, while clean protein sources help repair tissues and support immune function. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are particularly powerful because they provide omega-3 fatty acids along with protein. Plant-based proteins such as lentils, beans, and chickpeas supply fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria, reducing inflammation from the inside out. Herbs and spices deserve a permanent place in daily meals. Turmeric helps reduce inflammatory signaling pathways, especially when paired with black pepper. Ginger supports digestion and reduces inflammatory pain. Garlic and onions help regulate immune responses and support heart health. These foods may seem small, but their effects compound when used daily. Fermented foods also play a critical role. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and other fermented foods introduce beneficial bacteria into the gut. A healthier gut microbiome means a calmer immune system and lower overall inflammation. When digestion improves, the body absorbs nutrients more efficiently, further supporting healing. Hydration supports every anti-inflammatory process. Water helps flush inflammatory toxins from the body and supports circulation. Herbal teas, especially those made from ginger or green tea, provide additional antioxidants that help calm inflammation. Even mild dehydration can worsen inflammation, making consistent hydration essential. Finally, how you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Eating slowly, chewing well, and avoiding overeating reduce digestive stress, which directly affects inflammation. Mindful eating allows the nervous system to relax, improving digestion and nutrient absorption. Over time, these changes begin to show up not just in lab markers, but in how you feel. Less stiffness in the morning, clearer thinking, better digestion, and more stable energy are all signs that inflammation is slowly decreasing. Food becomes a daily tool for healing rather than a source of silent damage. As inflammation begins to calm, many people notice changes they didn't expect. Pain that once felt constant starts to fade quietly. Digestion becomes smoother. Energy feels more stable throughout the day. This happens because the body finally shifts out of survival mode and into repair mode. Anti-inflammatory foods don't just suppress symptoms. They support the body's natural ability to heal itself from the inside. Ultimately, food becomes more than fuel. It becomes communication. Every bite tells your body whether it needs to stay on alert or whether it is safe to rest and repair. When anti-inflammatory foods become a regular part of your life, your body responds with less pain, better energy, stronger immunity, and a deeper sense of balance. Chronic inflammation doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't disappear overnight either. But every day, with every meal, you have the power to influence it. When you choose foods that calm the body instead of stressing it, healing begins quietly and naturally. Pain softens, energy stabilizes, digestion improves, and the mind feels clearer, not because you forced change, but because you supported your body the way it was designed to be supported. Anti-inflammatory eating is not about strict rules or temporary diets. It's about building a lifestyle that helps your body feel safe, nourished, and balanced. When whole foods become your foundation and mindful choices become routine, inflammation loses its grip. Over time, the body remembers how to heal, restore, and thrive from the inside out. One important thing to understand is that inflammation is not just influenced by individual foods, but by overall dietary patterns. Eating anti-inflammatory foods occasionally while still relying heavily on processed meals will only create small improvements. True change happens when whole, natural foods become the foundation of most meals. This doesn't require perfection. Even moving gradually toward better choices allows inflammation levels to decline over time. Timing and balance also matter. Skipping meals or eating very large portions can stress the body and trigger inflammatory responses. Regular, balanced meals help regulate hormones and blood sugar, which keeps inflammatory pathways under control. Including protein, healthy fats, and fiber in each meal creates stability inside the body, preventing the spikes and crashes that fuel inflammation. Another often overlooked factor is the connection between inflammation and the nervous system. Chronic stress keeps inflammatory processes active, even if your diet is healthy. Anti-inflammatory foods work best when paired with a calmer nervous system. Foods rich in magnesium, omega-3 fats, and antioxidants support stress resilience and help the body respond more calmly to daily challenges. This is why diet and lifestyle must work together for true healing. Inflammation also affects the brain. Many people experience mood changes, anxiety, or brain fog when inflammation is high. Anti-inflammatory foods support brain health by protecting neurons and improving blood flow. Over time, this can lead to clearer thinking, improved mood, and better emotional balance. The mind feels lighter because the body is no longer under constant internal stress. Gut health continues to be central to the healing process. As beneficial gut bacteria grow stronger, they produce compounds that actively reduce inflammation throughout the body. This creates a positive cycle where better digestion leads to less inflammation and less inflammation leads to better digestion. The immune system becomes more balanced instead of overreactive. It's also important to recognize the role of consistency and patience. Inflammation often builds over years, so calming it takes time. Each healthy meal sends a signal of safety to the body. Each day of nourishing choices allows the immune system to relax a little more. Progress may feel slow at first, but it compounds quietly and powerfully.